Hello, I'm Bryce Shoemate from Hardin County Government, and welcome to Issues and Insights. Chris Denham from E-Town Police Department has been teasing me about the way I introduced myself, so you all couldn't see this because we took this out, but I introduced myself as Chris Denham. So thank you all for joining us. You know, every year this time of year, we try to talk about Shop with a Cop, and so I've got three great guys that serve our community that are sitting here next to me. Lieutenant Mike Holman from Radcliffe Police Department, Chief Kenny Mangley from Vine Grove Police Department, and the illustrious Chris Denham from E-Town Police Department. Guys, thank you all for joining us today. And
thank you.
You know, we've got a great time of year, and everybody that knows me know that I absolutely love Christmas, and these guys know that. But we do some special things for the community at Christmas, and guys, I know you all have got several different events going on. And Chris, I want to start with you down there because I know you've got Shop with the Cop in Elizabethtown coming up. How many young people do you typically get to help every year at Christmas?
So this year we're going to do 250 local from both Hardin County Schools and Elizabethtown Independent Schools. They're selected by the Family Resource Centers from both Hardin County and Elizabethtown Independent Schools. And once they are identified, then we were able to host and take them shopping. Unfortunately, because of COVID this year, again, much like last year, we were hesitant to plan a traditional Shop with a Cop, and though we see those numbers trickling down, we didn't have enough time to plan, so we're going to pick up like we did last year. And once those students are identified, the school systems are going to go shopping with them, and then we are going to go by every couple of days to the Elizabethtown Walmart, who's been a great partner to us for many, many years, well before my time. And then we're going to select the merchandise, pick the merchandise up, bring it back to the police department, and then in the middle of December, we're going to hand deliver to all 250 kids, just like we did last year. So you don't lose that interaction with the kids, which is oh so important.
Awesome. And I know you all are taking donations at E-Town Police Department, your FOP Lodge there. Chris, what's a good number that folks could reach out to you all and
so they can call the police department at 765-4125. They can drop by the police department and make a donation if they wish. Also, if it's more convenient for them, we can send someone out to pick that donation up. We'd be more than happy to do that.
Absolutely. Mike Holman, Radcliffe Police Department, we've done this, you and Kenny and myself have done this for many years. Kenny kind of jumped ship, and so did I, and went to different places as we retired. But working together, Radcliffe Police Department has worked many years with Radcliffe FOP Lodge to provide Shop with a Cop.
Yes.
You know, typically you all have done what, like 100 or so?
We do as many as we can, and it's based on our funds available, and we're hoping this year to do 80 to 100 kids or more.
Awesome. You all have got a couple of programs, and folks, the things that they've got going on this weekend will already be done by the time this airs. But Mike, go ahead and tell us what you all got going on this weekend.
Saturday, starting about 11 o'clock in the morning, the Friends of the FOP, it's a group of ladies from the Radcliffe Police Department, are going to host All About Kids, and it's going to be a cornhole tournament. There's an entry fee involved, and there's the prize for that is a turkey dinner, all the fixings for a turkey dinner. So that'll last till about 4 o'clock, and then our dinner auction starts at 6 o'clock Saturday night, and all this is at Colvin Community Center in Radcliffe.
And all those proceeds that you all raise go straight to Shop with a Cop?
Yes, every bit of it.
But you all also take donations, much like Chris and E-Town Police Department.
They can call the police department at 270-351-4470. Drop off the donation at the police department, or they can call the FOP Lodge at 270-351-5149. If you can't drop it off, we'll get it picked up.
But now, Shop with a Cop, Chris, is a trademark thing with FOP, correct?
Yes, I mean, it's something that the Shop with a Cop we do. I think that's what all the FOPs that I'm aware of call it their program.
Right. And I know the first year that I came back and did it, we were talking about Shop with a Cop, and FOP kind of got after me a little bit because I was saying Shop with a Cop when it's quote unquote supposed to be for FOPs only, but we were trying to help them.
Right.
Once we talked to them about, hey, we're doing this to help, it all worked out just fine. But that is something that is very much trademarked.
It is, and it takes community effort, and we really appreciate the FOP appreciates the police department helping, and these ladies stepping up this year. They've really helped us with fundraising.
That's awesome.
it's been a great time so far, and we're hoping to keep on trucking.
Absolutely. Kenny Mattingly from Vine Grove Police Department. Chief, Kenny, when you retired from Radcliffe, you went over, became chief after a little while. You took a little bit of a break, but after a little while became chief at Vine Grove. And you all got a unique program that you all started for the kids in your area.
We did. So when I arrived in 2012, they had already established it's Christmas with the kids. So we don't want to violate any trademark rules.
Right.
So they do Christmas with the kids. We have a fundraising auction every year. This year we're incorporating our annual Dickens of a Christmas event into the chili supper / auction night, which will be at City Hall on Friday night, December the 3rd, beginning at 6 o'clock.
And anybody's welcome to come to that.
Anybody's welcome to come. It's a chili supper. It's free food, free beverages. And then we have a
non-alcoholic
beverages. And then we have our charity auction, which generates the funds for next year's Christmas with a Kids Shopping event.
Awesome. So typically, you all raise several thousands of dollars.
Last year was our best year ever. You know, even with COVID going on, we got more money. We approached $14,000 just from one night of fundraising. So we'll be doing our shopping this year on November the 20th. Which is a Saturday morning at Walmart in Radcliffe. And we're doing an in-person event. We had already contacted them, so we're doing an in-person event where anybody that wants to come out and shop with us is more than welcome to come out. And we also accept monetary donations at either the police department at 640 Highland Avenue or at Vine Grove City Hall.
And what's a good number if folks wanted to call you up and say, hey, I'd love to give, but I just can't get out?
You can call 270-877-2422, which is City Hall.
Okay. And Mike, looking at years past in helping out these kids, people have really opened up their hearts this time of year to be able to provide donations, correct?
Yes. Individuals and businesses. And the businesses have really helped us out in Radcliffe this year, and we're gracious for that. It's with COVID and everything, it's been really tough the past couple of years. And we didn't do anything fundraising wise for a dinner auction last year because of COVID. But it's awesome to see. It's inspiring in today's time to see all the giving that's going on.
Yeah, and folks, we want to stress to you all, COVID has made a major dent in just about everybody's collection abilities for Shop with a Cop. But just because COVID's going on doesn't mean the need's not there, Chris. And
if anything, it's probably increased, and as you sit here and told these numbers together between Lewistown, Radcliffe, the Sheriff's Office and Vine Grove, and State Police also has a program, Shop with a Trooper, but you add these together, this is upwards of 500 to 600 kids from Hardin County that get a Christmas who otherwise would not without the generosity from citizens and businesses of this community. So we're very grateful for that, and again, the need for this is probably increased. So if you're able, we're grateful for anything you can give. If it's $5 or $500, we're grateful for anything. And
we don't want to leave them out either. I'm glad you brought that up. Scotty Sharp from Kentucky State Police here at Post 4. I know that Scotty would appreciate it very much. If you wanted to donate to Shop with the Trooper, I know that they will gladly accept those donations as well. And we'll put the number for Kentucky State Police down at the bottom of the screen so that you all are able to call that number if you wish as well. Sheriff's Department combines in a lot of times with you all.
Yes, they're a tremendous asset to us, both shopping and then this year will be with delivery. I mean, as you can imagine, the logistics of delivering Christmas for 250 kids is
yeah, I can't imagine.
We pull all the resources.
I would bet, because I can't imagine with as many as you have. I think about what we've done in the past and getting the kids to come in and shop with. We've pulled all kinds of community partners to come in with us to help us to shop.
Yeah, we utilize our fire department for the delivery also, and any volunteers that want to come and help us shop or deliver, we're more than welcome.
But a common denominator with all of you all, and even when I was there doing that, your school resource folks that you have at all the schools, the Friskies, they call them, at all the schools are very instrumental in getting the names of those young people that need assistance during this time of year.
Absolutely, couldn't do it without them. There would be no way for us to accurately identify those who are most in need.
And there's several other agencies that are doing things for young people that the Friskies pull names for. I know different Optimist clubs and other agencies get together, and so they utilize several different agencies to provide Christmas for several of their young people that are not able to be able to do things for themselves.
Yeah, and the great thing about that, once they identify that they know that a certain student is participating with Shop with the Cop, then they'll dedicate other resources that they may have available to them to another family who may otherwise not get it. So that's the great thing about involving the family resource centers in the school systems.
Absolutely, and I appreciate you talking about before you started, because Tim and Virgil were very instrumental in years past helping with that program.
Of course.
And Patty Mayhew, very
Tremendous
instrumental in helping you with that over the years. And so that becomes a plus in helping you be able to do these things.
And Virgil's still very much involved. He'll come out the day of and assist. And if I called him, he would be here today. So he's been Virgil wrote my first speeding ticket. So I always like to throw that out there. So we have a long and old connection that he's still a very good friend and mentor to me, and I'm thankful to still be able to call on him for help in this program and others.
So does that mean you were in my traffic school class?
I did attend your traffic school class over in Vine Grove for a different ticket, I might add.
Gotta love that.
It's a pattern.
Hey, Virgil and I teamed up several years for those kind of things. But guys, I want to kind of talk about, a lot of people are hesitant to reach out to some of these folks to get help, and then others are just like try to take advantage of the system and try to go to all three of you all seeking help. And we want people to know that you all have got some folks watching are keeping a good track of who has applied, not just with you, Chris, but also with Mike and Kenny, so that they keep track on who's getting help from what agency.
Sure. I mean, look at Janae Sutton from Hardin County Schools, and then Pam Hare from Elizabethtown Independent Schools. They talk, they collaborate, they work together. But those provisions that are in place by using the family resource centers prevent that from happening. We talk about preying and victimizing people. It's important, I think, that we talk about that too. Unfortunately, or not unfortunately, thankfully in Hardin County, everyone is so generous historically, and I think that people know that. But you have to be mindful of common scams and phone calls or even correspondence in the mail, emails, things of that nature, soliciting any type of donations for programs similar to this or otherwise. It's important that you fact check and verify that they are legitimate, and that the money you're donating is going to the program that you wish for it to go to. So if you see any of those things that you're skeptical about, there's no problem with picking up the phone, calling one of us, and we would much rather answer that question and determine it to be legitimate or prove it to be illegitimate than find out that it was something that was a scam.
And that's a good point that you brought up, Chris, because I don't think any of your all's agencies are calling people asking for money this time of year for Shop with the Cop. Am I right?
The Radcliffe Turnover Police does not make phone calls. We actually have a form letter that we hand carry to businesses, and we promote through Facebook, and we tell through Facebook and other media outlets where the donations can be made at.
Okay.
We won't make a phone call unless it's a follow-up that someone we've already contacted, but we will not call and solicit funds for Shop with the Cop.
Same with us. No, we do not generally go out and
Chris, I'm glad you all brought that up, because if one of you all do get a phone call saying that they are collecting funds for Shop with the Cop, you need to know that is not going on locally, and call one of these agencies and let them know. Or whether you're out in state police or sheriff's office jurisdiction, please call them up, because they want to know and follow up with those cases. Because Chris, you all have been publicizing quite a bit several scams that are going on.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just preying and victimizing generous people, and unfortunately they oftentimes fall victim to it, and maybe they don't have the money that they're cranking out to these illegitimate organizations. So it's no problem. We're not going to be offended if someone calls us and says, I just want to verify or are kind of fact checked. If it turns out to be legitimate, we're not going to be offended by that. In fact, I applaud people for digging into it.
Sure.
But I think what we're going to find more than likely is that it's not a legitimate solicitation.
Right.
And it'll save you some money and then possibly benefit a local charitable organization.
And Kenny, I think a lot of people are hesitant to even call you all when something like that happens, or even some of our senior citizens are embarrassed because they may have fallen prey to one of these folks and they're embarrassed to call you.
Yeah, well, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. I mean, that's like Chris said, call us, let us dig into it, see if it's legitimate or not, and we'll provide them that information. They can decide how they want to move forward with it.
And don't be embarrassed. If you find yourself having fallen victim to a scam, it's very important that you immediately contact the police. It's possible that we can recover some of the money, if not all of it. So,
absolutely.
But the sooner you call, the more likely that is going to happen. So
Correct.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Unfortunately, just a lot of people fall victim to these types of scams throughout the year.
Or if you're not able to get the money back, at least you can keep it happening to
From
somebody
someone
else.
That's right.
And
we all personally know someone who it's happened to.
Sure.
So it's
absolutely. And a lot of calls are coming in right now saying that they're from different police agencies, or they're representing all the police agencies across the United States, and they're sending money. No, they're not. Don't fall victim to that. If you want to give money to a local police agency, go to them or call them direct and give them money. Don't give to these folks that are calling and asking for money.
And don't trust caller ID, whether it be landline or cell phone. It's so easy to clone a phone number and make it appear as though that the phone call is coming from the Elizabethtown Police Department, Vine Grove, Radcliffe Police, when they could be in another state or even another country. So please don't fall just because of the caller ID.
And guys, I appreciate Chris saying that E-Town Walmart has been a great partner with them, but Radcliffe Walmart has been a great partner with both of your all's agencies.
That's correct. Every year.
And provide food and drinks, milk, punch, whatever, when we get there, and have a table set up and ready for us. And in the past, they even gave us money for Shop with the Cop to come there and help out, correct?
Yeah, the Elizabethtown Walmart gives us a substantial donation every year through their Walmart Foundation,
right,
to benefit the program.
So we're very thankful for the Walmarts that have come in here, both Elizabethtown and Radcliffe, to help us out with Shop with the Cop. Guys, since we're in season of Christmas, I want to talk just a little bit, and we'll come back to talk about Shop with the Cop before we end, but I want to talk about some of the things that go on during Christmas with people becoming victims, as far as going back out to their car, people breaking into houses because they figure if they can break in, they can get Christmas for their family. Can you all talk about some of that, Mike? Some things that you've seen and some caution that you can give.
Some really good advice to follow is when you're shopping, if you come out to your car to put your shopping wares in your car, put them in the trunk. Don't leave purses or wallets laying in the car. High likelihood you're going to lose a window and your stuff will be gone. Parking lot safety is crucial. Most of the businesses in Radcliffe are well lit. That doesn't mean it's totally safe. So you want to be just situationally aware when you're going out of the store, especially at night. That's the biggest time that we have stuff like that.
Yeah, if somebody comes out and they're starting to look like this, where'd I park my car? The bad guys are watching people, and they know, hey, this is going to be easy victim right here.
Right. And it's easy to forget. Situational awareness. My wife taught me something. I think I talked about this last year. We were shopping, and it was Christmas time, and she had her purse around her strap purse, and it was in front of her. I was like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "They ain't gonna get it off me." I was like, "Okay." So it's just things like that, and it's things like that. If you leave your purse in a shopping cart and you turn around to a shelf, there's a chance that purse is going to come up missing at some point in time. So,
and we've all seen that.
Oh, absolutely, all too often.
Kenny, go ahead.
Yeah, another thing with people with COVID and quarantine and everything still going on, people are shopping online and having packages delivered to their home. So kind of be mindful of your deliveries if you can and track it somehow via your phone or computer or whatever. I fell personal victim.
You know this firsthand.
Yes, I lost a bag of dog food that was delivered to my home, but fortunately, with the assistance of the Elizabethtown Police Department and the Hardin County and Grayson County Sheriff's Department, we made an arrest in that case. So keep track of your bags if you have, or your packages. I had a home security system, so I actually saw the gentleman come to my house and approach my home and take the bag right off my porch, which was imperative in the investigation.
So these cameras that are in like your doorbell or whatever, that becomes an important tool,
It absolutely
especially
does.
this time of year.
Yeah.
So
And time's changing. The sun's going to start going down earlier in the day, so chances are, if you're going shopping after you get off work, you're going to be doing so at night. And as Mike mentioned, the places are well lit, but use the buddy system. Don't go alone.
yes,
If you can take 2 or 3 of your friends with you, have a good time, enjoy it. But it's much easier to victimize one person than it is 3. We talk about the crime triangle, and it's opportunity, ability, and desire. You can't do anything about someone's ability or desire to commit a crime, but you can thwart their opportunity, and that's very important to try to do that.
I mean, look around. Most of the large shopping centers have got numbers on the poles out there. Write the number down that you're closest to when you park, and so that way you can remember what area you're in.
And this is also a time we have to give a plug. We're fortunate in Hardin County to have a lot of small businesses, a lot of shops and boutiques and things of that nature. Talking about shipping, and I'm not discouraging from ordering online. I do it as well, but patronize local businesses. I mean, they rely on us, and without citizens and without people shopping there, they can't continue to be successful, and the doors will close. So remember that, and keep money in Hardin County and continue to do
And
that.
this is their biggest time of the
Absolutely.
year as far as retail sales, and COVID's been hard on them.
Sure it has.
You
Sure
know,
has.
it's been hard on all of us sitting here as far as first responders and all of our folks that we work with. So we want to make sure that people are cognizant of that. After Christmas, when we're putting things out for refuge for the folks to pick up, put them in black plastic bags so people don't know what you've gotten.
Yeah, we don't need to showcase the fact that you got a 72-inch television and a new Apple TV. You need to, like you said, conceal it, and because criminals, bad guys, they do look for that stuff.
That's right.
Take the extra 10 minutes to cut the box down. I mean, it's an extra 10 minutes, but it helps a lot.
But now, our Deputy Judge Daniel London has got the recycle trailers all around the county. I think we're up to 11 or 13 now, and so we've all got recycle trailers in our community that people could go put that in rather than
Right.
set it out the side of the road and wait for them to pick it up. So
And that's a priority with Daniel, and that's such a big benefit. And it not only keeps you from potentially being victimized, but helps keep Hardin County clean. And if you go to other counties, even surrounding counties, if you'll notice, you don't see boxes laying all over the road.
Exactly.
It's because it is a priority by our local government, and so take advantage of that.
guys, I want to thank you all, but I want to go back and visit Shop with the Cop one more time, because that was the whole basis for having our show and you all getting together. Mike, one more time, talk about who you all are collecting for and a good phone number for folks that are watching the show to call.
Well, we're like, same with with Chris. We get our list from the Hardin County Schools. Janae Sutton compiles it every year, and basically divvies out, or that's a bad word, passes out the names to the different agencies that are going to be helping the children. A good phone number is 270-351-4470. That's the police department, or the FOP Lodge number is 270-351-5149.
And you've got an answering machine on there.
There's an answering machine at the lodge, and we will follow up and get back with you. The police department, someone's always there, and we're just like E-Town and Vine Grove. We'll come out and pick up your donation if you can't get there. It's no problem.
Yeah, y'all still have 24-hour service.
We do.
Kenny?
Yeah, again, monetary donations or donations in general can be made at Vine Grove City Hall at 300 West Main Street, 270-877-2422, or primarily Monday through Friday at the Vine Grove Police Department at 640 Highland Avenue, and that's 270-877-2262.
And then Littlestown Police Department's 300 South Mulberry Street, or if you need a donation picked up, 270-765-4125. We'll connect you to our dispatch line, and we'll get an officer to come out. You can also call and be transferred to my office, and I can arrange that, or I can personally come out. I'm more than happy to do that. And any donations you make will stay right here in Hardin County and help residents and students in this area.
KSP, we don't want to forget them. Kentucky State Police, Trooper Scotty Sharp is the one that works with Shop with the Trooper. And we'll get that phone number put down at the bottom of the screen because I can't remember it off the top of my head.
I can't even. I've been sitting here trying to rattle it off, and I can't either.
But we'll get that down at the bottom of the screen for y'all so that we can help them out as well. Guys, thank you all for what you do.
One thing
Yes.
I'd like to add.
Yes.
This is the first, E-Town's done it and Vine Grove has done it. This is the first year that Radcliffe Police Department has gone with No Shave November. Chief Cross graciously offered that to us this year, and it's generated a lot of funds when the officers have to donate money to grow a beard. So if you see us with a beard, or kind of a beard, and we're in uniform, it's okay. It's No Shave November.
The gray kind of blends in with the light.
Yeah, I like
And the best I remember, E-Town Police Department, you all are taking donations from your officers to be able to do that, and the monies go to?
We've different charities each year. Mission Hope for Kids, they may not even know this yet, but they're going to be the beneficiary of this year's donations. But basically, we collect $30 per officer, and they can remain bushy for an entire month of November.
Awesome. Same with you all,
Yes,
I'm
it's the
assuming.
entire month of November.
And the proceeds going to Shop with the Cop?
Shop with the Cop this year.
Awesome. Kenny already
We just
drew
allow
his
beards.
before. All right. Gentlemen, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for your service. We appreciate everything that you do for our community, and I'm privileged to call you all friends. I appreciate you.
Feelings are
Thank
mutual,
you.
but I have to ask you a question. How did it feel to say your name was Chris Denham?
You know, I
here we
felt
go.
this warmth inside. I didn't know whether it was sick or whether I was going to throw up or whether it was just the
Imagine
warmth
waking
inside.
up and being able to say that every day, though, Bryce.
Yeah.
Does that mean you get sick every day?
Y'all have a Merry Christmas. Safe New Year.
Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yes, and thank you for joining us here on Hardin County Education and Community TV, where it's always an experience on some of these shows. But we wish to thank you all for joining us. We'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We realize we're about a month or so away, but it's very important to get this information out because it is time sensitive to help these organizations to raise money for their various charities that they're doing to help young people in our community. Stay tuned to Hardin County Education Community TV because we will provide you information on what's going on all over this great area that we call Hardin County, but more importantly, what's going on in your students' life in the Hardin County school system. I'm Bryce Shoemate from Hardin County Government. Stay tuned, be safe, and Merry Christmas.